friends, welcome to the very first episode of Yoked and Stoked, where we talk about fitness, marriage, entrepreneurship, kids, everything in between. And today we're talking about our favorite topic, food.
I'm Brandon. I'm a dad, a husband, a fence contractor, and currently trying to just pack on as much muscle as I can through the winter months, which is a great time for me and my beautiful wife to just experiment with food and have some fun.
And I'm Cayla. I'm a mom. I'm a coach. I love learning about nutrition. And one of my favorite things to do is make healthy desserts.
If you're working out at all, especially if you're lifting heavy, you love to eat food, right?
Yes.
But you don't want to just eat anything. You want to make sure that it feeds your goals as well as your appetite. So today we're diving into the world of healthy desserts, the kind that taste great and don't make you cringe once you've read the label.
Yeah. So today I'm really excited to share some dessert ideas with you guys. And if you stick around to the end of the episode, we'll give you some recipes that you can try at home. One of my favorite things to do is what I call mac snacks. So I just take anything that's left over with my macros at the end of the day, protein, carbs, fats, and I create a dessert that fits those perfectly. So I hit my goals every single day while eating dessert.
And she's phenomenal at it. So let's just start with the obvious. What are you making and what kind of stuff are you putting in them?
Yeah, I mean, I love beans, which is an odd thing to put in dessert, but like black beans, you can do chickpeas or garbanzo beans. And one of our favorites is sweet potatoes. So that's another huge one. So it's really just swapping out the base of the dessert and putting in something that's nutrient packed. That's not just going to be a bunch of processed sugar.
Yeah, I'd say that dessert is one of those hard things. Like when you're dieting, when you're lifting, dessert is like shunned. Like you shouldn't be eating sweets or treats. You shouldn't, do those sorts of things. But if you're really working hard and you're putting a lot of sweat and grit into what you're doing, then you want to reward yourself at the end of it and kind of give you something to maybe work towards toward the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, people think that just because you go on, and you want to lose some pounds, you go in a deficit, right? You want to get shredded for summer, that like the first thing that has to go is dessert. And I'll be the first one to say that typical, cakes and ice creams and Toll House cookies, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of refined sugar in that stuff. And not that sugar is bad, right? All this stuff that we're talking about ends up being sugar anyway. But I think it's just where it's coming from, so then you feel full. I know for me personally, like a small little cookie, right, that's like 200 calories or 300 calories, like that's not going to leave me full. I am going to be hungry and I'm going to keep eating. Otherwise, I'm just going to be miserable. So I like making desserts that are nutrient packed. They still are calorically dense, but it's like a meal. Like it's a full meal. It's just ooey and gooey and chocolatey and good on your gut and all those great things.
So really, at the end of the day, it's about crushing that craving and getting that satisfaction, eating something delicious,
Mm-hmm.
and not feeling like you're starving yourself every day
Yeah.
and you're still eating normal stuff, but doing it in your own way.
Yeah, exactly. I
Mhm.
just prefer mine to be covered in chocolate and whipped cream. So rather than getting something that is like a true, I guess, dessert, right? Like something in a package or that you get at the bakery or whatever, like you can have a couple of bites of it, you can have a slice, and if that's what you want to do, that's awesome, right? But I know, again, personally, I'm going to still be hungry. I'm not going to be satisfied. So would I rather have a few bites of something and know, oh, I could just have a little bit of moderation? Or am I going to have like a big tray bowl? I'm going to go that route. The more I can eat, the better. And I know, feel like that Bruce Bogtrotter, I think it is.
Yeah,
What's
from
his name?
from Matilda.
From Matilda, yeah, where he just has to force feed himself this massive chocolate cake. Like I know you've been there before with my desserts. Like you've got to hit your macros, and you're just
Hmm.
sitting there like, oh,
Bruce Bronchaga.
yeah.
Believe me, they are filling. Like I have a really hard time finishing a whole bowl of that. Like you get to the
Mhm.
last few bites, and you're struggling to get the rest of
Mhm.
it down.
So like,
So
would you rather have that or like this little sliver of a cake? Come on.
it definitely hits the spot. That's if that's what you mean.
Unless you've got macros or you've got like calories that are just like 4,000, 5,000 a day, which I mean a lot of guys are hitting those. They can demolish a whole cake, but then the question comes in your gut health and all that kind of stuff, your microbiome, all the extra sugars and the processed stuff, right?
Hmm.
So leads us to this direction with the desserts.
So let's go through what you make. You have a chocolate brownie made out of black beans,
Yeah,
a sweet potato brownie,
that's
uh,
my favorite.
chickpea blondies.
Yeah.
So if you haven't heard of that, it's not a brownie, it's a blondie. And then we got peanut butter cookies.
Yeah.
Those are the ones I know. Am I missing
Yeah.
any?
We make it like tons of different variations of those, but those are like our family staple. Like I have a sweet potato brownie like every day. And it's pretty regular that we make the peanut butter cookies because
Hmm.
those are three ingredients. I mean, super easy to make. Give me 12, 15 minutes. We can have a whole batch of cookies. And that's just like the norm in our family, like just to have those on rotation, like every day. There's tons of different options out there if people just go look for them, but it's all about swapping out those main ingredients.
I think I've even seen you eat them for lunch.
Yes, yes. My breakfast, and then my breakfast has a second breakfast, my lunch has a dessert, and my dinner has a dessert.
Because why not?
Absolutely. We are adults. We can choose to have dessert whenever we want to.
I think we've earned that. I think raising kids and doing adult things all of our lives, I think
Life is hard.
you should
Okay.
have some fun in there.
Okay. Give me the chocolate, give me the cream.
So, are these things you're making, are they actually healthy or are they just kind of less bad?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, healthy, right? Everyone's body is different. You know, their needs are a little bit different. And not to say that like sugar again is bad. It's just wanting to have something with it, right? Wanting to have the nutrients, wanting to have something that's going to keep you full. And so when you use these types of ingredients, the black beans, sweet potatoes, chickpeas or whatever it is, there's other ones out there, but you're having a higher amount of protein, you're having a higher amount of fiber, and the good kind of carb is going to keep you satiated for a lot longer of time. So not that sugar is like bad, but feeling actually full after you eat something is going to keep you from eating more. And so if you kind of contain that within like your maintenance calories or more or less whatever your goal is, right? You can have that sweet tooth without feeling guilty, eat a ton of it, staying away from refined sugar. I mean, it's just like it's a bonus, 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 bonus.
I've seen a lot of these simple ingredient recipes on the internet, and there's usually a lot of nasty comments that come along with them. What are people doing wrong when they try to make these healthy desserts?
I think it's just like it's not gonna taste like a classic Toll House cookie. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not
Hmm.
gonna go in there and taste butter and sugar. I mean, you probably could, but raise a few questions as far as you probably use like extracts and stuff like that, right? Which isn't a bad thing, but I think just like your mindset going into it, like now I've done it for a long time, right? I've eaten like this for probably as long as you've known me, and it's like my palate has just adjusted to these ingredients. So like I taste like cacao powder and like the peanut butters and the dates and things like that are in these desserts, and I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, right? I taste the depth and the different textures, and it's just like, oh yes, right? But to somebody who's new that's coming into it, they're probably just like, well, it's all right, right? But if you kind of meet in the middle and kind of have some of those older ingredients in there, like for example, if you made something like the sweet potato brownies, and again, we're going to put like the link down to some recipes that you guys can check out and stuff like that. But if you say, for example, you make like the sweet potato brownies, put the peanut butter on there that you like, or if you've got a favorite like dark chocolate that you really like, chop that up and put a little bit on top. Like kind of meet yourself in the middle with something that you love while trying something new, and then you can just slowly adjust over time.
Right. I think that like if you're used to eating these really super sugary foods and candies or whatever, you jump right into eating a healthier thing, no matter what it is, even
Mhm.
veggies and fruits, and it's not going to taste the exact same to your palate.
Mhm.
So that's where I think a lot of the nasty comments come from, is people just like try something once after eating
Yeah.
Oreos,
Yeah.
and they're expecting them to be exactly the same.
Yeah.
So, and I've noticed that myself too, that the longer I've been with you and eating this sort of way, my palate has changed as well, where it's like just the things like carrots have a subtle sweetness to them,
Yeah.
or maybe like
Yeah.
right away you're just eating something and it's or a carrot and it's like, no, it's okay. But
Yeah.
then the more you adjust your palate, carrots are so sweet to me now.
Yeah.
Like you can taste all of that sugar in there, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh,
Like making a just like or any recipe, right? Not just dessert, but like you put a bunch of cheese and butter in something, of course it's gonna taste good, right? But it's like it's so, and I won't deny like those things are good, but it's such like a flavor bomb of those things that you kind of lose the flavor of the thing that you're actually eating, right? It's like think about like
mhm.
sauteed vegetables and stuff like that. It's like, well, sometimes it just ends up tasting like salt and butter in a lot of like restaurants and stuff, right? But I really like tasting the food that I'm eating,
Hmm.
and just being really minimalistic with the things that we put on them. But then it just, because then you get used to that. Your palate changes. You pick up on like the tiniest little things, and it's so good.
I'm not gonna lie, there was a time in my life you could just drench anything in butter and it would be amazing.
Yeah.
Those times have passed.
Have they? Because we go to your dad's for Thanksgiving. I don't think that
My
they've completely
the way
passed.
I was raised and the things that my family ate, I could have never like just taken a chickpea blondie and been like,
Yeah.
oh, and then raved about it,
Yeah.
But like we were saying, slowly over time, your taste buds adjust, and the same way as they taste better, some things end up tasting worse. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Talking about like these small like ingredient things, like only having a few ingredients in them, like to get back to that. With some of these desserts, it's anything with a banana, like whatever, but something about few ingredients is really attractive, and then you go to try it, and it's just like so disappointing,
sometimes you need more than just three ingredients. Yeah.
Sometimes you need more than just three ingredients. As attractive as that sounds, it's usually a mushy mess.
So do you have like a perfect one for somebody to just jump right into if they've never baked anything like this before? Like, what's the first recipe you would suggest to them to get them going on it?
For them to kind of be like, oh wow, like I can't believe that's this. I would do the sweet potato brownie. It's so moist, it's so chocolatey, and there's tons of different ways that you can do it, like in the sense of different add-ins and whatnot. Like I was just mentioning, like the dates and stuff. Like you
Mm-hmm.
can blend up dates. It's got such a nice caramel flavor to it. Throw in a little bit of peanut butter, and you just got this amazing like sauce that can go all over. It's amazing. But as far as simplicity, or as far as simplicity goes, with somebody trying this for the first time, I would definitely do the peanut butter cookies, because
Mm-hmm.
those really do only have three ingredients, and they are bomb. Like they're good.
Yeah, our kids love them.
Yeah.
And
Like what cookie can you have your kids eat four of? And it's totally fine. Like no like crazy sugar high or crash or whatever. It's like, yeah, for sure. Those are definitely good for you. Go have another one.
you can use them as bargaining chips too to like get your kids to do things for you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, like poker chips, like just, bargaining chips. Yeah.
yeah, if you just clean this up for me,
Yeah. Go
yeah,
wash my car.
sure, you can have another cookie.
Yeah. Go mow the lawn. Clean your room.
So we're gonna get you to share the recipe for that one,
Yeah.
and we'll throw
Sure.
it down there in the comments so
Sure.
that everybody can try it out for themselves. Make your own variations, maybe
Yeah.
send them back our way, see what you kind of did with them, and make it
Yes.
your own.
If you guys have a recipe that you know and love that is along the lines of what we're talking about, send them my way. I will try them. I will make them. I will try them. I'll make a video about it. I'll judge you. All right. We'll be on this together, and we can tweak it, whatever it is. I want to try new stuff.
So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next segment of the show we like to call Yoked or Stoked. It's where we give you our unsolicited opinion about certain things. And today being about food, we're going to have all of them be around healthy foods
I guess.
and what your opinion is on them.
Sure.
So
All right.
yoked being something bad,
Right.
like getting a leg cramp in the middle of a squat. Has that ever happened to you?
No.
Bless you. Bless you.
He gets like you get those though. I have
Oh.
seen him get taken down
They're horrible.
by like cramps. I mean, I'm talking like he's walking through the kitchen, just boop, just on the ground.
You're laying in bed and all of a sudden it just grabs you. And
No, I don't
yeah.
know about that.
If you haven't had that happen, bless you. You're a lucky person. Yoked is bad, and stoked is something good. Like when you're having a great day and you're just swinging that iron and you get this PR on your forearm.
Wow, that's really specific.
Hey, forearm pumps matter, okay?
Yeah.
Maybe not for the girls, but for the guys.
Love that for you.
Let's get right into it. So, healthy dessert recipes that have cottage cheese in them.
I'm gonna say yoked. Just because I have tried, guys. I've tried like 3 or 4 different recipes. It was like an ice cream something or other, and like I
I've
just
seen those.
can't get past the flavor of it. It tastes like cottage cheese to me. It's the same thing with like Greek yogurt. It just has that underlying taste to it. Like with the
Hmm.
Greek yogurt, it's a little bit bitter, but with the cottage cheese, I couldn't get it to the point of like not having that cottage cheese flavor to it. So maybe I would have to try a recipe that's like calls for it more, more of like a mascarpone cheese of some kind of dessert. Maybe I haven't given up on it, but for right now, it's a definite yolk because no, thank you.
I feel like it's one of those things that if you don't make or you don't see it being made, maybe give it a little more of a chance. But because you know that
Maybe,
it's cottage cheese in there blended up, just like
maybe. I don't
I
know, guys.
don't.
I care. All right, I want these things to taste good, and I trust me. If
So how about the next one? Store bought, low calorie or protein ice cream. The ones you
mm,
buy in they have like the
little
huge
pints.
freezer section with all the little
Mm-hmm.
mini ice creams in them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think like in a pinch, go for it. So what is that? Stoked. Let's say stoked. Go for it.
It's gonna take us a
It's
bit to
like the
get this down.
gateway drug. You know what I mean? Like it's just the gateway drug of like what it could taste. But at the same time, just get a Ninja Creamy. Like you get so much more,
Mm,
like volume wise, like actual of the ice cream, and you can tailor it and tweak it to whatever you need for that end of the day or whatever your taste buds love. And it's you know what I mean. So it's just like cost wise, I don't know, go with the Ninja Creamy. Make your own at home for
yeah.
sure. But in a pinch, you don't have like the 17 hours for it to sit and freeze. Just grab a pint of protein ice cream.
Yeah, solid advice. I think the Ninja Creamy has been like a godsend to
Yeah.
us and as our family.
You can use old school blenders and food processors. So just keep that in mind. You don't need the creamy.
Yeah, but then you just might have to bang the crap out of it on the counter and make sure you get all that stuff all mixed up in there.
Yes. I care, guys. All right. I care about the texture. It has to be perfect. All right. You can't have a whole lot of liquid in there. Less liquid. Let the frozen fruit do its thing, and you get this really creamy, protein ice cream. Sometimes you just gotta like give it a little.
I'm pretty sure you've broken a blender or two trying to make this ice cream.
See, I care, guys.
That's how she gets new
I
appliances.
care. Pro tip.
How about desserts or really just anything, even like I've seen chips and all that, just
Yeah.
with like protein screaming at you on the label. Yoked or stoked?
Yoked, and mainly because not I just want people to read the label, and just because it's plastered on there doesn't necessarily, you know what I mean? Some protein bars are just glorified candy bars, and they just sprinkled some protein in there. It's like just eat the candy bar then at that point, and just skip the chalky. You know what I mean? Like there are
Mm-hmm.
some other that are really good though, I will say. But again, like you're gonna be left hungry. So, but in a pinch, right? I mean, a pinch, go for it. They're not gonna hurt you, but um, just don't be sold on the marketing alone. That's all I have to say with that. I mean, sugar free, fat free, gluten free. Like we were just talking about that. Like just because it says gluten free doesn't necessarily mean it's healthy. It's gluten free. Somebody's allergic to gluten, and now in this product they can eat it. So it doesn't make it healthy. It just means it doesn't have that protein in there that they're allergic to.
Right. I think a lot of people substitute those words or see those words and they just think this
Yeah,
must be better for me.
yeah,
Like they recently came out with like sugar-free Hershey bars and all this. It's
yeah.
like,
But in that defense, though, like the whole, it's sugar free. I mean, again, sugar free is not the same as carb free, right? So all these things end up being broken down into sugars that our body can use. But it's like when we look at like sugar free things, it's like with T1D, a type 1 diabetic, it's like, or type 2 diabetic, um, you know, they're using now sugar alcohols that are not going to affect the blood sugar as much, right? So the type of sugar or lack thereof or whatever, there's still going to be carbs, but not going to hit you or affect you in the same way. So I just encourage people to read the labels, know what you're putting in your body. And if you're not sure of something, like just Google it. There's no secrets on how it's, what's going on behind the scenes there. It's like if you look up a certain sugar alcohol or a certain ingredient, like you're going to get the backstory on it.
I guess on that same kind of topic, we've made a huge change in our family life where we just use a lot of stevia for
Yeah,
things to sweeten things up or agave syrup. I think these are way healthier options for people to sweeten things up without just using refined sugar in everything.
sure. Yeah. I mean, again, every person's body is different and reacts differently, but that's kind of the cool part about in recent years is they're coming out with different options, right? They've got like the coconut sugar, they've got the date sugar, they've got different, you know, sugar sources. And again, I mean, again, it's not a very filling food. But it's there to sweeten things up for you, and moderation is good. But just knowing what you're putting in your body is great.
Hmm. All right. And last but not least, our last question for the round is, how do you personally feel about rewarding kids with sweet treats?
Oh.
Put you right out there.
I know. I have a pretty controversial take on this just because I feel really strongly that just because they're kids doesn't mean that oh it's not going to hurt. You know, like them actually eating like a piece of candy or a cupcake or whatever, like no, it's not going to like destroy anything, right? It's not going to ruin their bodies and whatever. But I definitely feel like it's creating habits. You know, it's seeing sweet treats as like a reward. You know, it's like in my head immediately it pops up in my head is like, well, we're not a dog, so don't reward yourself with a treat. I hear that all of the time, anytime I'm in that kind of a situation. And like rewards are good and all, but why have a kid eating all of this stuff? Because it's like school, cupcakes, birthdays, just grabbing something
Hmm.
from the store, like all these opportunities and times that kids get sweets all of the time. And it's like, okay, parents just don't seem to care too much about that. Oh, they're young, it'll be fine. But then it's like, then they have to spend their entire adult life out learning that, like, or trying to unlearn that and trying to steer clear of that. And it's like the struggle with that, where it's like, oh, I was able to eat all these things when I was younger, and and then it didn't affect me, but yet they're grown adults and trying to break those nasty habits. Where it's like, well, if they just kind of had that palate change when they're younger, or they didn't get introduced to those things as much, or they had a better option available, or like we're here, we like making loads of healthy desserts, so it's like it's not a good food or a bad food. It's whether it's healthy or not, whether what is that doing to your body. Is that going to fuel your body? Is that going to give your body energy? Like, you're going to make your body grow strong with that, that kind of stuff. Where it's like, just because it's sweet doesn't mean it's bad. But the candies and the things, like there's really nothing else there other than the sugar. So I don't know.
I totally agree. Building healthy habits from the start, so you're not trying to unlearn all these things, because that's the situation I was in, where I was brought up, sure, have this and have that, and you know grab your soda and your candy bars and all that, and it's such a hard habit to unlearn
Mm,
once you're in that, your palate is that way and your brain craves that sugar.
mm-hmm.
So unlearning everything is twice as hard as just biting the bullet and just doing it
Mm-hmm.
right from the get-go. Just learning those healthy habits, change your diet while, especially while your kids are still young, and just getting them to grow up in that sense, and just eating healthy stuff from the get-go.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and wrap this up. What did we learn today?
Diets don't have to suck, and you can have your dessert. You can have your abs and your cake and eat it too, I guess you could say.
And I think a huge point is, for crying out loud, just read the labels and
Yeah.
figure out what you're putting in your body, and still have some fun with it. Eat those sweet things, but make sure that they're the right ingredients in it. They're going to help you get your gains and keep you going.
Yeah, and I wish that more people knew that you don't have to cut out everything just because you want to get in better shape. Like, it's not that hard. Like, it's not that hard. And there's so many times where I just want to like shake people and just be like, no, you don't have to give up, your favorite foods, and no, you don't have to give up sweet stuff, and no, working out doesn't have to be as hard as you think it is. And it's just, there's so much I think about like health and fitness and nutrition that people just kind of see it as this big, like, ugh, dreadful thing. And it's really not. Like, when you really honestly incorporate it into your lifestyle and stuff, you have a lot of fun with it. You can have a lot of fun with it, and you feel great.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us and chatting it up.
Next week, we're going to be talking about gym etiquette and how to not be that guy.
You mean that guy at the gym?
That guy.
Yeah, I think sometimes I'm that guy.
I know I'm that guy.
Yeah. Thanks so much for hanging out. If you could, like, subscribe, share with a friend, and we'll see you on the next one.
See you on the next one.